Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Today's video is going to look at the prospect of a continuation of the drought. Now we've had a fairly wet couple of days across some parts of the country. It was very wet across many parts of the country on Sunday, and many eastern areas had a continuation of rain across those far eastern parts through yesterday. But really the drought isn't broken. This isn't the end of the drought, this rain, because high pressure is going to remain extremely dominant over the next few days, and we will be seeing a lot more in the way of dry weather, probably right up to the middle of March and maybe beyond that. Now this is the 500 millibar height anomaly chart. We've got the ECMWF model here on the left and the GFS model on the right. Now 500 millibars or 18,000 feet is important because that is the area in the atmosphere where weather occurs. That's the area in the atmosphere where we get high pressure developing and low pressure developing. It's these high pressure and low pressure areas that bring us weather. Basically, the pressure areas are moved around by the jet stream, and if you have high pressure, the weather is usually fine. If you have low pressure, the weather is usually unsettled. Now what these charts are showing is that these areas that are in the red and orange colours are under high pressure. The blue colours here are low pressure areas, below normal heights. So basically anywhere that's in the orange and red has above normal heights, and that translates generally to a high pressure. And the jet stream is this green line here running through these weather systems, and we can see the jet stream is pushing well to the north. This is the UK here under this trough, under this upper ridge here, and we see the jet stream is pushing well to the north of the country and then continuing to plunge back southwards. So it's still very unsettled in this southeastern part of Europe. We do have below normal heights continuing across many parts of Greece and into the Balkans. It's been an appalling winter there, as we've said in other videos. It has been a dreadful winter in the southeast of Europe under that persistent trough with the cold air coming down with the jet stream, and the basic situation continues there, so it does remain a very poor indeed across that southeastern part. But for us, we are under this upper ridge, and we've got the high pressure really dominating. This is for 10 days time, 8 to 10 days time, so we do see a very very strong ridge of high pressure there across many parts of the country. And the GFS is painting a very similar picture really. This is the British Isles here on the GFS anomaly chart, and yes, we do have a continuation of those above normal heights across many parts of not just Britain but many parts of Central and Northern and Western Europe as well. So high pressure does continue. The low pressure, the trough, the below normal heights is stuck well out into the Atlantic, making no real impact on that high pressure. And to have a real break in this drought, what needs to happen is for this upper ridge to break down, and for this upper trough, this low pressure out of the Atlantic, to push over us and remain over us for a persistent period of time. These troughs do break, see a little bit of energy break away from them occasionally coming across the country. That happened at the weekend, but for a real breakdown to this drought, we've got to get this upper ridge to break down, to move away either to the south or off to Bermuda, and then we need to bring this upper trough down across the country and keep it there for, well, probably 2 or 3 months really, and that will happen in the end. We will break the drought down in the end, but it's just a matter of when it happens. So quickly running through the charts. This is the ECMWF model for a week's time. This is the pressure distribution chart for Tuesday the 13th of March. We see high pressure is sitting right across the country, and that ties in very nicely with the height anomaly chart, of course, that we just saw ECM is going for, and continuation of that upper ridge across the country. So there's a high pressure there in 10 days time. That will be giving us a lot of dry weather, a lot of fine weather, and generally quite spring-like weather as well, with temperatures probably up to the mid-teens and plenty of sunshine. If we go further ahead, 10 days ahead, well, there's the high pressure still dominating across the country on the ECM chart. Perhaps it's shifted a little bit to the south. Energy is trying to come into the north, but basically high pressure even out to Friday the 16th of March, 10 days time, is still very dominant indeed. The Canadian model, the GEM model, showing a very similar situation, with high pressure very dominant in a week's time, Tuesday the 13th of March. Going ahead to the end of the period, as far as the models goes, yes, that high pressure is dominating the weather, and we are bringing a little bit of energy into the west here, but nothing really breaking through and breaking that high pressure down. Now, having said all this, we are going to see some rain tomorrow. We will be getting a little bit of rain coming across the country tomorrow. This is this morning's GFS model, and we see this big area of low pressure up to the northwest of the country. We are bringing a weather front down across the country tomorrow, so that will be giving us a little bit of rain. We should all see some rain. This is precipitation forecast from the GFS model. We see that most of the country is under rainy conditions at lunchtime tomorrow. Sunshine and showers have come into this northwestern part of the country, so Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England will be brightening up with showers, and the band of rain is moving southward, so this will give us some rain tomorrow, maybe 3, 4, 5 millimetres quite widely across many parts of the country, nowhere near enough to break the drought down, of course. And then the GFS model, beyond that, as we saw on the height anomaly charts, is going for that high pressure to build back strongly across the country. So early next week, yes, that high pressure is dominating the scene, and the Atlantic is showing no real signs of breaking down that high pressure and introducing a proper sustained period of unsettled wet weather to break the drought. So the drought goes on. It has been unsettled over the last couple of days. Have had a little bit of rain, and that's been useful, of course. It's been useful rain. Any rain in a drought is good news, really, but it's not been a proper end to the drought. The drought goes on. It will remain very settled up to the middle of March, possibly even beyond that. So there's still no sign really of the drought ending. That's it for now.